Okay, so in this video we're going to look at having a go at making a logo. So underneath my sheet of paper I've got a font sheet which is just an alphabet of all the letters in a different font. You can quite happily find these on the internet. Fonts like defonts.com will give you one of these. So I've just printed it out and then I'm tracing over the letters to create the word for my logo. So remembering to press very lightly with my pencil is always key here. When you do each letter, make sure you're lining them up correctly so you don't have any you don't want a wonky line on your logos there. So I'm just going to do 4 letters for this, and what I want to do is I want to remember to keep my logo so it's simple, easy to read, ideally only using about 3 colours, nice clear font, and all them things will help to make it memorable. So I'm just tidying up a few little bits there. So the word is fire on there. Again, try to avoid using rubbers. Pressing lightly with your pencil will help when you do this. So now I'm looking to add a bit of background detail to it. So I'm just putting like a ring around the word fire, so a bit like one of the rings on Saturn. This just gives it a bit of extra detail. So now I'm going to start colouring it in. I've already spoken about wanting to only use really 3 colours. The reason this is done in industry and for logos is it saves on things like printing costs. Lots and lots of colours make a logo more expensive. So to give it a different appearance but only use 1 colour, I'm going to do like a graduated fade. So I'm going to start darker at the bottom and use the red colouring pencil to fade into the centre, and then I'm going to use a different colour doing the opposite for the top half. So we use the orange on the top half. We're just going to fade that down into the centre. Now what you'll notice at the moment, yes, you've got the colour on there, but it doesn't really stand out very well. So what we can look at doing is just using a black biro, and yes, you can use a fine liner and things like that, but a biro will work just as well for this task. And all I'm going to do is use the biro to go round my letters, and that's just going to create that black edge and help the whole thing stand out better. So take your time when doing this because you don't want to make any mistakes. Notice how I move the paper around as I'm drawing, and the nice long sweeps of a line. You don't want to feather your lines. By feathering means going over them repeatedly. And I'm just going to add in that background loop, going around, and then put some colour into it. So I'm just going to colour it in. This time I'm going to use black, so we've got the contrast of the black behind, and the way that loop's been drawn, it does make it look as if what you're doing is behind the other piece and coming through it. And then I'm just going to colour in the centre part yellow again. Ties in with the fire idea. gives you a nicely presented logo. Last few bits of tidying up.